Hello world. I just took the seat off my Honda Shadow. There are two bolts here on the other side. You know, the back just kind of slipped back off. You would pull it back. Yeah? Yeah? What? There it is. Alright, so cool thing about gas tank is all I had to do was unscrew that. That's where most of the gas goes in, but if you open up the reserve, just flip the switch, then that's why, then it opens up the bottom and it sucks from all the way down the tank. The tubing goes to here. I initially tried to take that off. It was a bad idea. I took the fairing off just a little bit. I didn't need to do that. I don't know why I tried. It kind of sucked. Let me put that back together. Just still trying to get at these carbs. I seriously don't know what I'm doing. So what we got here is we got the choke and the carb, the air intake, and then the exports out the bottom of the carb on this side. But there's a V, so one of the air intakes is there, and one of them goes over top like that. So I kind of spilled gas everywhere when I took it out. I tried to pump out all the gas, but it didn't really work from the tank. The tank's sitting over there right now. And the can. I should probably close that up. Alright, hold up. Closing up the can. Alright, don't leave your gas can open. I don't want to talk about the gas tank right now. Alright, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Never taken apart my carb. This is the first time I've seen my bike open. Good thing is I don't have to touch any of the electronics or anything yet. I do need to take those carb boots off. But basically it just sits between that and the engine. There's not much in there other than the carb. So this entire space right here is covered by the carb. This entire section here. And, you know, it's a V, so. Oh, one of the, never mind. One of the boots exports to this one, and one of them exports to that one. Fairly certain that this bike is a 4 spark plug bike. And it's got 4 spark plugs. There's one there on the top, and there's one around the back. You can see it here clearly. And again, this one has another one over in there. So I learned that on the internet the other day. This gentleman had his shadow apart. Shit's hot. Oily. I don't know what this is. That could be the oil pump. Maybe. I don't know. So, that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at those carbs. Again, no idea what I'm doing. I just going nice and slow. Oh, and the shadow. If you ever take apart your shadow, this is a 90. This is a 91. The tank only has a single bolt. The single bolt is right here. I thought this was the seat bolt. Of course it wasn't, because the seat bolt's back here. There's only 2 seat bolts, and there's 1 bolt for the tank. The tank slides over these rubber bits over here to hold it up. So like it like cups around like this to hold itself onto those rubber bits. But again, only a single bolt. That's my air filter. Yeah, air filter. I just thank the Lord I don't have to touch any electronics. And these are the throttle control, I guess. This is throttle from, yeah, comes out the bottom. This is throttle. So I have to take those guys off, which again I don't know how to do. But that's where they are right now. So we'll see how that works out. Other than throttle, the 2 air intakes, the 2 outputs, the gas line is here. I think this is the gas line. Looks like it's the gas line. Fuck it if it isn't. This looks like what might be feeding the gas. Hold up. fuck? That's the engine. I don't know what that is. I have no clue what that is, so we're not going to touch that. I think I need to take this air filter off. I think this is my air intake. I have no fucking clue. It might be. It might just be an air intake cover. Whatever. Take that fucker off. And then, thing back there says danger. Whatever. Again, this is a Shadow 600. So, I'm gonna have at it. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, world. So, I just drained my carbs into a thing that says raspberry jam. So draining carbs is pretty easy. I just did it on this one, the first time I ever did it. But I watched people do it before. Right, see there's a little nozzle at the bottom of the carburetor, and there is a screw. You might not be able to see it. There's a screw next to the nozzle. All you have to do is unscrew it. I have a funnel, which helped a lot. I put it underneath the carburetor, and then I just drained it into this. So now I gotta do the other side. But again, it's this little nozzle here. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, I dropped it. I didn't drop it. Alright, so I'm gonna do it on the other side. But that's how. And then once you do it, you gotta screw it all the way back in. The nozzle is right here. I'm touching it with my finger. And the screw for it is right here. This is a Shadow. Honda Shadow. Right there. And there. Alright, so the next part was this tube. It's connected somehow to the air intake here. Yeah, right there. You can see what you can't probably see that. It's over, but it goes into the air intake. I don't know what it's from. I just know that I took it off. You do not need to remove this housing unless you are wanting to repair or replace your air filter. So the air filter lives in there. Don't open it up. You can actually just take it off with these two bolts here, which are currently on here, just so I can keep it there. This also was here. I have no fucking clue what that's from. The air intake? I don't know. Or maybe this is where the air... Oh, the air comes out of the air filter and goes in here. It's kind of grimy in there, you can't see it. I'm just gonna put that there, so nothing goes in there. Again, I don't know where that tube comes from. Fucking no clue. It comes from this thing. Oh. Yeah, it comes from this thing. Fuck if I know what that is. Alright, so there's just a little thing here to... Oh, let's put that back on. There's a squeezy thing. Hold up, excuse me. I need to use both hands. So the squeezy thing, don't lose that. Air intake will lose whatever the fuck this is. Still don't know what that is. Coolant, something, bullshit. Alright, so, still trying to get these carbs. I don't know what's next. Maybe the carb boots? What is this? This is a fuel line from something. I don't know if I need that. It's exhaust. This is exhaust. Right? That's exhaust. This one here. This is in? No. This is something else. I don't know. This is oil. This is oil. This is exhaust. Those are my guesses. Oil and exhaust. And maybe this is oil. Does the air filter need oil? So I'm gonna go from the other side. See what needs to be taken off next. I don't even know if I needed to take off that air filter. These trees behind me are really not helping out. I need to keep everything clean, but fuck me. Alright. I think it's the throttle lines, whatever this thing is. If anybody knows what this thing is. It's connected to carb. I don't know what it does. I don't know anything it does here. What else is connected there? This thing is connected as well. It looks like it's coming from here. Oh, that's just the other side. So this here, which breaks off from here, comes from a single thing. This cabling here is the thing I was just looking at the other side. And it goes into the carburetor here as well, but it comes from this V. And the V is on the other side. Oh, it's the choke. Oh, that's the choke. Oh, it's the choke line. Okay, got it. Don't need to take that apart. The choke is on the carburetor, so we don't need to take that apart, do we? This is, no, it's still, okay. This is the choke line. I don't think I need to take that off. Maybe I do. I don't know. Okay, so choke line. Okay, so that's what it is. Cool. Now, what it does look like I need to take off is the carb boots. The in and the out boots. I'm going to leave the choke line on. I'm going to leave that on. This here goes around back, splits up, goes here. Oh fuck, you can't see this. Alright, goes there. Alright, now I need to take these boots off. Let's see if I can even do that. This is it. Yeah. Alright. So, I got the carburetor out. There it is. Alright. So, just so you know, just so we're all on the same page. Right? The exhaust, I had to take the exhaust pipe. So this is the big exhaust cabling. There's the exhaust. I had to take that out. Those boots on the cylinders themselves are in. They're still in. Okay. That tube there, right in the center, goes to the air. I'm gonna put this carburetor down. Carburetor's there. Okay. So, fuel tank. The fuel. Yeah. Okay. So this thing, this cable here, is going to the part on the carburetor. The part is this right here, right there. So that connects to that, I think. This is the that there goes to a fuel. This other one also goes to a fuel. This one in the center goes to something. And that's all the things on top. Oop, I'm dripping gas. Oop, let's drip the gas out. Whatever, dripping the gas. Oop, Mom's gonna be mad. Gas on the lawn. Whatever. So this one on top goes to, it goes to something. Oh, this tubing here. This tubing here goes from there and also here. Fuck. This center brass and the center rubber connect to that, which connects somewhere else. Fuck me. I don't know where it connects to. Something else. So there's that Y splitter here. Don't forget that one. Alright, so that's one of the main fuel lines right there. Right there, yeah. There's the bottom boot. Again, we're on the other side now. So there's the throttle lines. The throttle line with the two nuts goes on the bottom. Throttle line with the one nut goes on the top. There's an air intake boot there with the external boot there. Took that off. I should probably close up the exhaust. That exhaust piping looks really bad. So yeah, there's that one cable. Oh, fuck, I'm trying to figure out where this other one goes. Where this Y connects to. This breaker here connects to something. I gotta figure that one out. I have a video of it connected all together and everything. It's probably very dark, but let me make sure I know what's going on here. Alright, so this connects to this, like that. And that connects to that bottom brass. And this one connects, this end connects, those two are there. This one goes somewhere else. I don't even know what those things are. Fuck it. I'm gonna put the exhaust back on, nice and loose. Exhaust back on there, nice and loose. It's just covering the hole. Fuck. Main fuel line here. Main fuel line here. Secondary. Something here. I don't know. Maybe connect it back to the carb itself. I have a really old PDF online on my computer that talks about it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, and fuck, I'm trying to figure out the last one. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Okay, time to take the carb apart and clean it out. Alright, I just thought about it for a second, and these two right here, right, they come out to this Y that breaks up, but I don't remember taking this off anything, and it doesn't look like it ever had a connection, so I think this might be the overflow for the bowls, so I think I might be okay not knowing where those guys went, because they actually didn't go anywhere. They went to this thing and just peed out on the bike. I heard that there's an overflow, so like, why isn't it that? That is the only part that makes sense to me. So that very well may be the overflow. Again, the tubing looks like this, comes down to this, right? Connected on the brass and on that thing, and I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on, but I think that's what it is. I think that's the overflow. So we're gonna, when I put that back together, that's what I think's going on. Whatever. Alright, now it's really time to take the carbs apart. Alright, so under this pair of underwear, I have the carburetors. Right? The carburetors have some tubing. Some of these tubings are really hard to get off. I can't fucking take them off. Like this one here. This is for the choke, right? Here's the choke. It connects right there. I can't get that off. I don't know if I'm not supposed to take it off, because if I'm not, I won't. That there little pilot screw for the idle adjustment knob, I guess. That one doesn't come. I mean, I don't know how to take that off. I don't know how to take that off, right? Some of this is just gunk up. These air tubes, right? This tube here, this tube is the biggest pain in the ass. I can't get the ends off. The end here, right here. Right? I took, see the other end here, but this end is just connected to this part right here. So that tube is still in. I haven't been able to take that one out. I have been trying my darndest to take that one out. I just can't freaking do it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the float bowls off, right? I'll take the diaphragms out. I'm going to use some of this carb cleaner. God, that looks sketchy as hell. The diaphragms are making the noise. They're doing what they're supposed to do, I guess. So I'm going to take those apart. I'm going to put them in some mason jars to make sure that they stay clean. So, I guess I'm not boiling it. I can't. I wanted to boil it. It's not going to happen. I can't take the rubber hoses off. I can't boil rubber hoses. It'll fuck them up. So, I'm just going to douse it in carb cleaner. Open up the float bowls, take all the jets out. Take another mason jar, put the jets in there. Carb clean the hell out of them. That stuff. Again, this is my Honda Shadow. I've been working on it. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. Alright, so here's the float. One of the floats. The pin is in the jar. Those are the two diaphragm covers. Those are the two diaphragms. Those are the two diaphragm springs. I have myself a couple of K&L. I've never used them before. Gasket replacements. Now, this carburetor looks pretty bad. Alright. The gasket has gunk all over it. So I'm going to make sure that this gasket is the right size. And then I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to fucking hit this bowl with carb cleaner. And then I'm going to go into those carbs, take out the jets, hit those guys with carb cleaner in a, in another, another jar, if I have another jar. So that's the plan right now. Or I'll just put them in here and hit them in here with the jet. This carb cleaner stuff, see if this works. I had to use some penetrating oil to get off the covers because the covers were a little shot. Didn't want to fuck up the screws. The screws are just in there. I could probably just take those out and put them in the big another jar. Alright, that's it. I gotta take these jets out now. Alright, so this is where we're at. Those are the carbs right there. Those are the bottom. Those are the bowls, what they would be called. These are the floats and some old gaskets. Again, I've got the new gaskets set. Those are the top of the diaphragm covers. I've been messing around with the jets, trying to get them soaking in carb cleaner. But there was a little bit of gunk in the diaphragm portion, which I was very confused about. Since there are the gas isn't pooling in the diaphragm portion, I don't know why there was black stuff. It was like the diaphragms themselves were deteriorating or something. I put the diaphragms underneath another rag so they wouldn't die. But yeah, this pan was perfectly clean before I washed it in the sink, before I opened up the carbs. So as you can see, a little bit of yellowing. Again, the agent that I'm using is quite clear, so the yellowing is old gas. But I mean, there was gas in there. I tried to, I bled them before I took them out, but I couldn't take most of the cabling off, so I just said fuck it, and if the cabling gets fucked, then I'm fucked. Whatever, that's how it is. But they look much better now. There was the diaphragm plate themselves look good. The opening for the throttle looks alright. This bowl was much better than this bowl. This bowl. Where's the other bowl? I lost it. This bowl? Oh, my finger's in it. Then this bowl. I think this bowl was a little bit more fucked. I gave everything a good wash down. There's still a little bit of yellowing. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I'm just gonna leave it, I guess. Why not? I don't know what to do with this. I mean, the choke. I don't know how the choke works. I'm not gonna fuck with it. I just kind of left it on there. The spring for the throttle was kind of gunky. I kind of just used pressure out of the carb cleaner can. I used an entire can of carb cleaner on this, and it's almost out. So I think I'm gonna dry everything off. Replace those gaskets. The float bowls look fine. Whatever, I don't know how to use float bowls anyway. I got some carb cleaner in my eye, so I flushed that out. That was bad. Look, there's my tank over there. Yeah. Still, in a state of disarray here. But, I think I almost know what's going on with most of this, which is much better than, one initially. I don't know what these little pipes are. They got like little balls in them. Just a little brass pipe coming out. Got this little ball. The ball doesn't move. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna leave that. Great, so yeah, as of right now, I don't know what's going on, but it's been fun. I'm gonna hopefully put it back together. Alright, so where we're at, I put the jets back in. I replaced these float valve, just the valves themselves. I was given them by in the carburetor rebuild kit. I replaced the gaskets on the float balls. I cleaned the floats. The filters, the old filters are there. The new float valves are quite alright. I'm yet to put the floats back in, but that's gonna be next step. I'm gonna put the floats back in. Yeah, that's where we're at. Floats back in. Alright, it's gonna be a little darker now because it's almost sunset, but that's all the shit I got out of the carbs. I managed to weasel it back in. The exhaust, I reattached the exhaust piping, which is this long piping here. I put the choke back into its proper housing. I made sure that both my diaphragms were working correctly. They are, they're good. And now it's time to reconnect the hosing, the boots for the in and out. I already connected the bottom boots, but I need to tighten them up. I go to the engine, the cylinders themselves, and now I need to do the top boots for the air, and reconnect the exhaust all the way, and then reconnect the throttle, and then put the tank back on. I think the choke's working now. See, choke. Now it's staying out all the time. You can push it back in. Choke all the way out, all the way in. Good. I need to reconnect the fuel lines, the boots, the overflow line. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.